Hey guys, Josh here for another episode of GI TV, and I'm really excited for this one because we get to cover a really cool tactical gearheads that you may have not seen before. I am here with
Go by Spice,
and we're going to do a bit of a rundown head to toe on this really cool kit that he has put together. First question though, I gotta ask, what made you want to get into building Norwegian kit?
I've always kind of been into it, just from a visual perspective. Like the camo is really cool, the gear is really cool. They're using a lot of very high-end issued equipment.
So we'll start from the top and work our way down on all this awesome kit that you have on. I assume the top part of this is going to be a ops core.
Yep, it's a replica ops core fast.
Gotcha.
I also have a boonie that we use for kind of like recon stuff, but generally speaking.
Right. I mean, you are rocking the 417. Do you feel like when you go out in the field and you're playing with Airsoft, do you mainly take the helmet or you swap out for the boonie?
The helmet's kind of the default,
Right.
and it's kind of like, is there a good day where we get to not wear the helmet?
Yes,
Where it's
exactly.
nice and light.
So what are you running as far as comms gear from like top to bottom? I know you have like quite a bit of a setup here.
Sure. So this is a Bowman headset. This is a real one. I had a replica before this, but this one is waterproof and has the correct connector to connect to the real Selects PTT. This one is British issue, also used in Norway. The Norwegian ones that you cannot find unless you're very, very lucky, have a little volume knob, which is a nice thing.
Yeah.
But this one is also legit. And then unfortunately, there's nothing like the real Norwegian LFR radio, which is basically an improved PRC 152.
Yeah, for anybody that's not too familiar with radios are one of those pieces of everybody's kit that when they try to replicate is just, oh my goodness, break the bank. Those things are very expensive, not to mention near impossible to find, right? I mean, is that kind of why you end up going with the option that you have now?
There is no replica of an LFR radio, and there is no way to get it.
Right.
I'm not even sure if it's legal to export them, but I don't know anyone who has one,
Right.
even real Norwegians. So this is a TRI replica PRC 152, which is still a pretty good radio. It's essentially got Baofeng internals, more or less, but it comes with the improvement of being waterproof and having a giant battery and being pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
This is a real Norwegian Lfr Pouch. They are about the same size, just a slightly different cut. It'll fold down. You can hit the keypad and everything while you're wearing it.
Right.
I have a remote running the antenna to my back. This is a real Harris antenna. That's pretty much it.
Now, obviously, these BDUs are pretty awesome. You're not going to see these just anywhere. So what are you rocking as far as the top and bottoms go? And was there a reason why you went with the different color camouflages?
I'm really just wearing this right now just to showcase both of them.
Right.
So this is the desert. The unit we kind of basing all this on is the one that Norway sends to Afghanistan. They've been part of ISAF for many years now.
Gotcha.
So they do have both desert and it's kind of their native Norwegian woodland. I've seen both used in Afghanistan. Really only the woodland, of course, in actual Norway.
Right.
So this is an actual issued top that I believe was modified by the operator, whoever had it. I bought this from an actual Norwegian who shipped it to me.
Awesome.
The pants are unfortunately a replica of real ones that were made by Cry on an order from the Norwegian military. They're very, very, very hard to find the real ones. But these are a pretty good replica made by Combat Shield.
Now, obviously, Norwegians are going to be running quite different kit than the United States. So what kind of vest are you rocking right here?
So this is the bear vest, which was kind of a standard issue for a lot of the infantry. They also have plate carriers that they'll wear as well, but this is from the Marksman kit.
Right.
And yeah, it's a pretty simple vest, but it's got a lot of great little design features, and it's super comfortable. It's got an integrated 3-liter hydration pouch in the back.
I think that's definitely one of the things about vests or chest rigs. There's not a lot of hydro options, so the fact that they have that built into it is definitely really, really nice.
Yep, built right in there. There's the piping for the hose that comes right here. Other than that, it's light, it carries well. It's got these integrated pockets. This one actually has an integrated holster.
Right, you were telling me about this, how you can put a Glock inside there, right?
Yep.
But you don't choose to do that.
It's a built-in mesh Glock holster. It's the only thing that's not good about this. It kind of just is steadily poking you right in the ribs if you actually put the gun in there.
Right.
So I choose not to do that. That's where I keep my compass. But just a lot of storage space in here. I keep my notebook and some chem lights. And And that's the basic like functioning of the vest. It's got piping and kind of like these channels and in and out points throughout. You'll see I'm running to
right for wire management and all that.
Yeah, so the wire management goes right through there. Whatever you want to do, it's very easy.
And then you do have this set up right now for a 417 DMR style role, or Marksman, I guess you would say, in the squad. So,
well, when I got it, it was completely bare, so I've got all the pouches custom to do exactly what I wanted to do with it.
Right.
Mainly, it's I don't shoot a lot. I don't need a whole lot of mags, so I've got here I've got 3 double 417 mag pouches, so I could carry 6 mags. Actually, I carry 5,
right.
And I basically just use this one half as like a hot swap kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that you have kind of a weird pouch right here. Can you kind of explain to me about a little bit what's going on with this one?
Right. This is another NFM pouch. This is a MP7 pouch.
Interesting. Okay.
This is an integrated pouch for 4 MP7 mags, and it's got this nice piece of elastic, and it just cinches down and clips right in there, very fast. And yeah, the Marksman for Norway run MP7 is their secondary weapon. You'll see if they're operating in like an urban environment, very often they'll have the 417 slung on their back in the pack,
right,
and an MP7 up here. This is a Norwegian issue. It's called the Bravo medical pouch. It's pretty hard to find, kind of desirable, but yeah, it's just got a basic pull out your blowout kit, unzip it, all kinds of compartments.
Right.
Who knows what? It's all just food in here.
Got snacks in there.
there's a tourniquet, but yeah, it's pretty well designed. Basic, light, easy to get at, which is mostly what you want. It's fast.
Definitely. Now, I did notice that on your vest, you do have quite a bit of ordnance pouches on your left side, as well as kind of a quick one on your back. Do you normally carry frags with you when you're doing like kind of the Marksman thing, or is that just like, hey, I want to have these in my vest if I need it in case?
Any kind of event, I would generally try and have at least a couple.
Right.
Usually I'll have 3 or 4 on me.
Are you the pea grenade kind of guy?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Pea grenades are a lot of fun.
Whenever possible, yeah.
Right. Now, as far as your secondary goes, what do you run with this kit? Or I should say, what do the Norwegians run with their kit?
Yeah, so the 3 weapons that be used by this kit specifically are the 417, the MP7, and then, last but not least is the Glock 17.
Right, tried and true. And what Glock are you rocking?
This is a KWA Glock 17 in a Safariland 6004.
Now, a part of the kit that really excites me is your gun. The 417 has been one of my most favorite and iconic guns for as long as I can remember, and yours is simply beautiful. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've done, the model, some upgrades?
Sure, yeah. This is, obviously, it's the issued Marksman weapon for Norway, so not a lot of choice there, but yeah, this is, it's a great weapon anyway, and, fun to use. This is a Tokyo Marine recoil shock 417.
Nice.
Which is a blast to shoot.
Definitely. I shot the 416 one, and I gotta say the recoil is a ton of fun. If you guys haven't had a chance to use one of these TM ones, they are really, really well designed.
Yeah, and if you like the kick on the 416, the 417 is actually even better because the buffer tube is a larger diameter, so they were able to put more weight in here, so it kicks even a little harder than the 416.
So now, as far as glass, I know obviously probably buying real glass to match the exact one for the Norwegians is going to be a pretty pricey price tag. So what'd you end up going with to replicate that?
Right, I didn't want to put $5,000 in glass on the rifle.
Yeah.
So this is a Vector Optics Siegfried, which is the only existing replica on the market that I'm aware of the Schmidt and Bender scopes that are used by the actual Norwegians. Still a little pricey. It's about a $350 optic, I believe. But it's the only available option, and it's honestly a pretty good piece of glass.
Now, obviously, normally the 417 comes with a bit of a smaller barrel. Did you swap out the stuff there to get that more of like a longer?
Sure. Yeah, this is a VFC barrel kit and front rail. The front rail is actually identical, but the VFC correctly has the flip-up front sight.
Oh, very nice.
And the barrel is now a 20-inch instead of a 16.
Right, which is how the Norwegians have their rifle setup, right? Correct. And then I see you went with obviously a bipod on there to match that.
Pretty basic Harris design bipod. The Norwegians are kind of particular with how they paint their guns. You can do whatever paint job you want, but there's a lot of the markings that they say have to be masked off so they're not removed. The serial number, the HK logos, obviously all the actual dial markings on the scope, which are functional.
Kind of want to see those.
I don't want to see those. So yeah, I tried to follow as best I could without actually having those documents telling you here's what you are allowed to do.
Right.
I'm sure there's a few features I got wrong, but overall tried to be as faithful as I could while still bringing my own kind of custom. We're in California and it's the desert. Take to the snakeskin pattern on the paint job and so forth.
Definitely. Now, one cool piece of the kit that a lot of people I don't necessarily do is get the actual ruck and the whole, the backpack accessories to go with the loadout. And I see that you have a really cool backpack here that I've never seen before. Can you run me down a little bit about why this is set up the way it is?
Sure. Yeah. It's an Aberla stock. or however you pronounce that, apologies.
Right.
Gunslinger 2-bag. It's made in the U.S. It's made mostly for U.S. operators, but the Norwegians use them as well, mostly because of this one really cool feature, which is the rifle scabbard, that's my entire, whatever that is, 38-inch long,
Right.
417 Marksman rifle inside a scabbard. Fits on your back. Once it's on there, you barely even feel like it's there.
Right. And that's such an interesting design to me because, for a lot of those longer games, if you're hiking in with your ruck and your weapon, it's a bit of a difficult process, especially with a very, very long gun like that. So having the ability to just throw it in a pack, to me, makes so much sense.
If you need this again, you can literally pull it out almost like a samurai sword and have it in front of you in 2 seconds.
That's awesome. A really cool backpack. I definitely haven't seen that design anywhere before. Right? So if this is something you're looking into doing, you have a group that's kind of getting started with this?
Right. We've got kind of like a casual nationwide group looking for people who specifically want to go to, for instance, Milsim West games in this kit, for which, we got to put together a full squad in order to represent a real unit. So that is called To Valhalla.
So if you guys are interested in that, I will put that link in the comment section below. But so once again, thank you, Doug, so much for bringing this really cool kit out. And like I said, leave those comments below. Let us know what you want to see on the next Tattoo Kids. My name is Josh. I'll catch you guys.